Hi, this is Rais. Thank you for watching this video. This is the recording of a recent past life regression session that I did for a client. Normally, during these sessions, the client's higher self shows him or her a particular past life and a particular scene because there is something for the client to learn from. However, in this session, the higher self chose to show the client a menu of 5 different past lives to choose from. The client chose 2 past lives, one in which he was a very famous opera singer, a female opera singer in the 17th century back in Italy. The other past life was when he was a medical doctor in a war battlefield, and he was treating the wounded. I thought this was a very interesting session, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Just tell me what you see, what you experience, what you sense as you walk through the path.
As I walk through the path, there's a response that almost like a confirmation that this is definitely my path, and these are crystals that represent my path. It's a confirmation as I walk through.
Mm-hmm.
They illuminate as I get closer to them. Like I said, it seems like a confirmation that this is my path. And these are my crystals that represent my lifetimes.
And did you already walk through the path to see what is there?
The path I see is, it's not like it's more of a horizontal path. It's not a vertical path like one that you would walk through, but on the wall of crystals, a path that illuminates to show that this was your journey. So not that you walk through, but you see a defined path in the many crystals that are surrounding you.
And as you look at those crystals, tell me if you see a path or any more information about your path on those crystals.
It's going to require me to get closer to see. So let me get closer to see. One is of, it looks like it's old English or old 16th century maybe. Just the style of dress and of existence, like 16th century England. It seems like part of the court, maybe a royal court. One of the sirs in the royal court. Another one represents an Italian woman, maybe an opera singer, a woman of charm and grace and talent.
Mm-hmm.
and beauty. Another, see if I can see. Was maybe a preacher, someone in the church, a holy man, I think, a man of God.
Mm-hmm.
Another, a healer, doctor, medical, but not modern day, but in the past, maybe maybe 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
Another professor, academia, maybe 19th century, early 19th century academia.
Mm-hmm.
And another one is a politician. I'm not sure when. I get politician,
Mm-hmm.
representing and fighting for the people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a 17th century
Mm-hmm.
performer.
Mm-hmm.
Not a jester of the court, but something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I see for now.
Very good. And as you're there looking at all these different lifetimes, is there one particular one that draws you toward it? Is there one particular one that you feel like you want to explore?
I've always held a fascination about the Italian opera singer. I think that's the one that I've dreamt about before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what was her story? I think this one I've always been most fascinated by.
The opera singer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Now, close that scene. Close that scene. In a moment, I'm going to count backwards from 3 to 1. And as I count backwards from 3 to 1, we're going to travel through a tunnel of time. Travel through time and space to a day and time when you were that opera singer, to that lifetime that you're viewing. As I count backwards from 3 to 1, you will be there. 3. Traveling through time. 2. Almost there. And 1. Be there now. Allow the images to flow up from your soul as you orient yourself in this new place within this lifetime. Tell me what you see or what you experience.
I think she lived in Rome. She was very successful as a singer. But she was unhappy in her personal life. I think she had a great career, but I think her personal life was tragic. Almost like she was cursed personally, but not professionally.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't live very long. Maybe she didn't even make it to 40. But in a number of years, maybe from the 20-something through when she died, she was very successful and had a good life for her and her family. But there was some tragic within that story. I think she lost a child. I'm not sure why. And I think that helped fuel her passion in her performances. She could draw upon that energy from such a tragic loss, and through her singing convey the sadness, which ironically added to her success as a very powerful opera singer.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What does, and as you're there as the opera singer, do you feel that that opera singer is you or was you?
Yeah, I think it was one of my past lives. I think that's why I felt such a very strange attraction to Rome. And I didn't understand it. But I think, and ironically enough, I was almost welcome to the industry when I went to Rome, as if I belonged there somehow. But I was afraid to stick around to find out more. And I think it might have been because of the tragedy that also accompanied a life there.
Mm-hmm. And what did the opera singer look like?
Incredibly beautiful. That Italian colored skin, with that passion that is inherent within them as a people, with very striking eyes, very deep, beautiful, perfect,
Mm-hmm.
very attractive woman.
Mm-hmm. What color?
Mesmerizing eyes, that's what they are.
And what color was the skin?
It's that light, very light brown colored skin.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very good.
Almost like a pastry, placed in the oven for just a few minutes to get that not light skin, but just a slight brown tone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see the eyes more. I think they were maybe hazel. They were striking.
Mm-hmm.
Not just ordinary. Nothing was ordinary about this woman.
Mm-hmm. Good, good. Is there any other information that you get or anything else you want to say about that woman and that life?
I think she died from a broken heart. I think the loss of a child eventually just became too much pain,
Mm-hmm.
to where she just couldn't take it anymore. Not clear the details.
Yeah, yeah. And do you get a sense whether she had a husband or not?
I get a sense that after the child died, that destroyed her relationship with her husband. I think it was so traumatic that neither one of them were the same after that event.
Mm-hmm.
And both were kind of miserable or depressed in their own ways, but couldn't figure out how to get over the depression together.
Okay.
So I think it was a wedge that tore them apart.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what happened to him.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Now close that scene. Close that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Of the other lives that you saw on the crystal, are there any of those lives that you would like to explore at this time?
The person that was in medicine, maybe in the military situation,
Mm-hmm.
out in taking care of people that were harmed in a war.
Very good.
So they were a field medic, which is very different than working in the hospital. It's a lot more of a grind when traveling with a unit, and trying to have triage centers to heal the wounded. So kind of a rough life, but that was their purpose, is to heal the injured, the wounded, and the sick. So one of a team of medical professionals out on a war, supporting war victims.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yes. Very good. Now close that scene. Close that scene. We're moving and drifting away from that scene. In a moment, I'm going to count backwards from 3 to 1. And as I count backward from 3 to 1, we're going to travel through a tunnel of time. Travel through time and space to that day, that lifetime in the military where you were protecting the others. As I count backward from 3 to 1, you will be there. 3. Traveling through time. 2. Almost there. And 1. Be there now. Allow the images to flow up from your soul as you orient yourself in this new place within this lifetime. And tell me what you see or experience.
I traveled back to the present. Or where did I travel to again?
To that military scene.
Oh, the military.
Yep.
Okay. I was kind of unclear where I was traveling. Okay.
Yep.
So.
Do you want me to count again?
Yes.
Very good.
Now I understand my destination.
Very good. Very good. I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and as I count backward from 3 to 1, we're going to travel through a tunnel of time. Travel through time and space to another important day, the day when you were in the military and taking care of those who needed help. As I count backwards from 3 to 1, you will be there. 3. Traveling through time. 2. Almost there. And 1. Be there now. Allow the images to flow from your soul as you orient yourself in this new place, within this lifetime, and tell me what you see.
I see it like a triage center with wounded soldiers around on tables, different injuries, a team of nurses that are assisting. The clothes look like they're very old. I see instruments, stethoscopes, bedpans, tools used for clamping wounds together, of course. Stitch things you can use for stitches for stitching up wounds. inside of a tent. I guess this is a triage center tent enclosure. Me running around evaluating different patients and giving the nurses instructions on what we need to do, whether it's apply dosages of medicine or cleaning wounds or so going. As soon as we get somebody up and out of there, the bed is replaced immediately. Someone coming in. But I think for some reason, it's not just war injuries. I think it's also some sort of, not the plague, but some sort of nasty virus. So we have to wear masks. We have to protect ourselves so that we don't catch whatever that is. That's also affecting soldiers on the field. So it might be close to swamps somewhere with mosquitoes and diseases as a result of the mosquitoes. I get the feeling. Mm-hmm. So we're battling. We're actually taking care of people affected by either some sort of swamp disease or actually being injured on the field. And I think it's somewhere in the 18th century.
Mm-hmm.
This is the style of the clothes. It's not modern at all. It's like really basic stuff.
Mm-hmm. And do you get a sense of what your job is there in that scene, what you do?
Yeah, I'm directing. I'm going around evaluating the patients and telling the nurses what they need to do.
Oh, okay.
But in a triage sense, in that this is always active. It's always people flowing in and people flowing out. So we need to take care of the injury, mm-hmm. get them on their way because the bed needs to be available for the next one coming in,
mm-hmm.
As well as protect ourselves in the process.
Okay. And you get a sense whether you're male or a female?
I'm a male.
Okay.
This one, yeah.
Young or old?
Probably 40-something.
Okay, very good. And
well out of medical school for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you were to look at yourself from another place, what would you look like?
There was a white male, mustache. Got a brownish hair. Probably about 6'1", somewhere around there.
Okay.
Nice figure, in shape because I'm running around so much. I barely have time to eat.
Yep.
So not obese at all.
Very good.
Yeah. And of course, glasses, some sort of I don't know if they're goggles or
Yep.
on my to cover myself.
Very good. Good, very good. Now close that scene. In a moment, I'm going to count backwards from 3 to 1. And as I count backwards from 3 to 1, we're going to travel through a tunnel of time. Travel through time and space to another important day in this lifetime that we are viewing, that we need to see today. As I count backward from 3 to 1, you will be there. 3. Traveling through time. 2. Almost there. And 1. Be there now. Tell me what you see.
I see that I'm being contacted at the hospital and recruited into the military to go and support the war. They need people that come from the emergency medicine background to be able to deal with things, to manage things very quickly, manage these cases. So that's why I'm being called upon. I'm being drafted into the U.S. military. Not the U.S. military, some military. I can't tell. Where I'm fighting at does have these, like I say, swamps that are malaria, things like that are around. That's why all the protection
Yep.
that we have to consider as part of this environment. But yes, drafted to go out and support the soldiers in the field. And I graciously accept the role, the opportunity to serve.
Very good. Now close that scene. Close that scene. In a moment, we're going to move to the last day in that lifetime that we're viewing. You will not feel any physical sensations at all. This is very important. You will not feel any physical sensations at all. You can move out of the body and watch the rest of that lifetime as if it were happening to someone else. Almost as if it were a movie. You will feel no physical sensations whatsoever. As I count backward from 3 to 1, you will be there. 3. Traveling there now. 2. Almost there. And 1. Be there now. You will feel no physical sensations, and you can view it as if it were someone else. Tell me what you see.
I have a nice life, nice house, nice car, family, older kids. They are, I have a wife and 3 kids. They've all graduated from college, so they're adults. I'm retired. We have a nice life. And just, growing older, and eventually it's time to go. I've served my country. I've supported war victims. I've raised my children. I'm old and I'm tired. I'm ready to go. So, I grow old and yet satisfied with the life I lived.
Very good.
That was a very good ending.
Very good. And now I want you to condense time. condense time and move to the point in time where you take your last breath and move out of the body. Again, you will feel no physical sensations whatsoever. And as you look back down at your body, I want you to tell me what you see. Feel yourself moving up and out of the body, and look back down at the body and tell me what you see.
I see maybe a 80 to 90-year-old man resting comfortably in a chair. As I'm looking down, I'm leaving the body and floating into, it seems like, the universe. I'm surrounded by family. They know this is what I wanted, so they are at peace with what I wanted. As I'm leaving that plane.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a celebration of life than a sad occasion.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how I wanted it. I wanted to be surrounded by my family when I left.
Mm-hmm.
Not painful, just I'm ready to go.
Peaceful.
Peaceful,
Okay.
I'm ready to go. Yes.
Now I want you to look all around you for that white, huge white light. The white light of Source that pulls you towards it as if you were a magnet. This white light is the white light of Source, of God, the light of home. It is where you are from, and it draws you towards it. I want you to head towards that light, that white light of home, and I want you to tell me what you see as you make your way there.
So the white light is through this kind of cosmic situation, and the white light is there, and I see my ancestors. It's almost like they're greeting me as I pass up and through, like welcome home.
Mm-hmm.
So not scary, but very warm, welcoming. I see as my ancestors, my mother, my father, other relatives that have passed before me. There to greet me into this new plane of existence.
Mm-hmm. And now you're back in that white light, the white light of home, of Source. Allow yourself to integrate. Tell me more about what you feel the lesson was in that lifetime we have just viewed.
I think the lesson was about selflessness. Serving a greater good, sacrifice. I think I learned what being of service really meant, and that I had to give up a great deal of my life to go and serve others. I think that was what I was supposed to learn about in that particular lifetime. and also the reward of passing on peacefully with family around. I think those were the major lessons. That it's okay. Don't be afraid.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. Now we're going to leave that part of ourselves that we were speaking with there to continue on with their journey. We're going to leave them there. They will continue on with their journey. They will find what they need to find. I'd like to ask for all the consciousness of this one on the bed to reintegrate back into the body. And now I would like to ask to speak with this one's higher self, please. May I speak to this one's higher self?
Yes.
Thank you. Do I have permission to ask questions?
Yes.
Thank you. You could have shown this one many different past lives. Why did you or why did he choose to see the life, to experience the life as the opera singer?
He chose that life because I think it's the life that provides the most profound impact of what life means. The loss of a child is so profound that to be in touch with that profound depth of loss provides you all the understanding of passion that you could ever need. Passion and compassion.
Mm-hmm. Does that life in any way relate to the present life that he's living?
I think that allows him to be empathetic beyond just normal levels of empathy, but far deeper and greater levels of empathy.
Mm-hmm. And around what year was that lifetime as the opera singer?
(1862).
What was the place? I'm just curious.
Milano.
Milano. And do we know the name of that opera singer, just for curiosity?
Frederica. Vincente.
Okay,
Trigger Vincente.
thank you. Is there anything else, higher self, you would like him to know as in terms of that life before we talk about the other life?
To always respect that experience and what it provides you with your dealing with others. It is very important to empathize with people. That's a great power.
Thank you. And what was the reason that you showed him the life as a military helper, doctor?
To remind him that we are put here to be of service to others. It's one of the highest honors that we have. Always try to be of service to others.
Mm-hmm. Great, thank you. Could I ask the higher self to do a scan of this one's physical and energetic body and tell me if there are any entity attachments, including hidden and cloaked entities that we missed earlier?
Here.
Okay. What's going on there?
Siphoning, pestering entity here.
Okay.
Siphoning energy.
Can we ask the higher self, the Archangel Michael and the team to remove that entity and send it to the appropriate place?
Yes.
Thank you. Please let us know when that's completed.
Stubborn little bastard. Okay.
Does the higher self need assistance or has it been completed?
It's gone.
Okay. And what color light should we fill that space with?
Yellow.
Okay, may we ask the archangels, Raphael and team to saturate that space where the entity used to live with yellow light, please, and inform all the cells in that area that the dark energy is gone and that they can now begin to rejuvenate.
Okay.
Thank you. How was that entity affecting him?
Siphoning energy.
Okay.
Supporting bad decisions, manipulation.
Supporting bad decisions and what?
Manipulation.
Manipulation. Okay. What were some of those bad decisions that this entity was causing?
Stopping him from completing tasks, important tasks in his life, that what he did not complete were detrimental to his life.
Okay.